All right, hey guys, sorry I can't be there today. My daughter is at home with the flu, so I'm at home with her. But instead of just giving y'all something just to keep you busy, I wanted to go on and do the next section so that you could be learning what we really need to learn and not just practicing some extra stuff. So this next thing, because it's super simple, it's talking about surface area, and I know these are words that you haven't heard before. We haven't talked about surface area before. This talks about lateral and total surface area, so I know that's new stuff to you, but it is super easy. So pay real close attention for these first 5 minutes, and I think you will understand it without any trouble at all. Surface area, we've been talking about area, and area is of a flat two-dimensional shape. Okay, but surface area is of a three-dimensional shape, like a box or a triangular prism, a rectangular prism, all of those type of things. So surface area is when you take the area of every side and add it all together. So it's the sum, because it means you add it, of the areas of all the surfaces of a three-dimensional figure. So if you have a Kleenex box, it means you find the area of every square or rectangle on that Kleenex box and then add them all together. Okay, now there's two types. There's total surface area and then there's lateral. So total surface area is every single side. So I'm going to find the area of every single side and the bases on a three-dimensional shape and add them all together. Okay, lateral, if you have in football a lateral pass, that means it goes out to the side. So lateral means only the sides. So you do not include the bases. So you do not include the bases. If it's lateral, you only do the sides. If it's total, you do everything. Okay, so we're going to practice some. In 7th grade, you'll use two-dimensional nets to find the surface area of three-dimensional shapes. When you get into 8th grade, there's a formula. There's a really long formula that you can use. Okay, but that's not on our math chart. So for what we're going to do, we're just finding the area of every shape and adding them together. Okay, so if you're lost, it's okay. Just look at these examples and I think you'll understand it better. Okay, so on this one, we're going to find the lateral and the total surface area of this prism. Okay, so these two are going to be my bases because they're the two that are parallel and match. Okay, so these are going to be my bases. So if I'm finding the lateral surface area, that means only the sides. So I'm only going to find these four rectangles right here. I'm going to find the area of those rectangles. Well, area of a rectangle is length times width or base times height. So let's look at this one. This one is a 4. Okay, now this side has to be the same as this side. So 4 by 10. So 4 by 10, so that is 40. So we're going to write 40 inside there because that's the area of that rectangle. Well, this one right here, I know this is 10 because all of these are 10. Okay, this doesn't give me this side, but if you'll look, if you folded this up, this is the net. This is what the prism looks like if you laid it out flat. So if you folded it up, this side is going to have to match this side. So it has to also be 4. So this would be a 10 by 4. This one was 4 because it has to match here. So 4 by 10 and 4 by 10. So all of those are 40. So to find the lateral surface area, we would add all of those together. Okay, and yes, you can just do 40 times 4, but I just wanted to write it out so you could see it all. So 40 times 4, that would be 160. These are centimeters, and it's area, so it's squared. So you just find the area of all of the sides and then add them up. Okay, now for the total, you're going to take the sides, which we already found that's the 160, but now we're going to include the bases also. So this base is a 4 by 4, so that's 16. So this base has to match it, of course. So to find the area of the whole thing, the total surface area, we would do the 160 plus 16 plus 16. Okay, so now I'm going to add all those up. 6, 7, 8, 9. So 192 centimeters squared. Okay, pause it and see if everybody's on track. See if there's any questions about that. If there is, somebody that understands it, step up and help. Okay, all right, let's look at the back. Okay, on the next one. So same thing. So if we're finding the lateral, so let's look at it and see what our base is. Since these are squares, we really could have any of them as our base. Okay, we know it's a prism, so there's got to be two bases. So I could say this one, if you want the bottom one to be the base, well, if you folded it up, imagine what it would look like. These would all fold up, and this one would fold over on top. So you could say that this is a base, and this would be the other base because it would be on top. Okay, if these are squares, then we know every side is 3. So this is a 3 by 3, so it would be 9. This one would be 9. This one would be 9. And that one would be 9. Those would be the sides. So the lateral surface area would be 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. So 9 times 4 would be 36 inches squared. Okay, to get the total, we have the 36, and then we're also going to add in our two bases. So this one would be 9, and this one would be 9, so plus 9, plus 9. So 36 plus 9 and 9 is 18. So that would be 54 inches squared. Okay, pause it and check and make sure everybody's all caught up on that. Everybody, that makes sense to everybody. All right, look at this one. This one is a triangular prism. So that means these triangles are my bases. So there's a base and there's a base. So to find the lateral surface area, I'm going to find these 3 rectangles. Okay, rectangle is length times width, or base times height. This one is a 5 by 7, so it's 35. Okay, this middle one, it's 3, and then we look at how long it is, it's going to be 7, so 3 by 7 would be 21. Okay, then we're going to look at this one. This one is 4 by 7, so that would be 28. So now I'm going to add all those together, 28, 21, and 35. So the lateral is 28 plus 21 plus 35. So that would be 84 centimeters squared. Okay, so now to get the total, we're going to do our triangles also. And you have to remember, this has been a struggle for a couple weeks now. Our formula for area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So that would be 1/2. The base is 4 and the height is 3. Half of 4 is 2 times 3 would be 6. So both of these are 6 because they have to match. So the sides would be 84, and then you have 6 for each base. So that would be 90 plus 6, so 96 centimeters squared. Okay, pause it, check, and make sure everybody's on track and there's no questions about that one. All right, so now you're going to practice. Okay, so you're going to practice these 6. Do one at a time, one of them at a time, and then check with each other and see if you got them right. So everybody work number 1. Okay, try it by yourself. Label your bases. So this is a triangular prism. So those are going to be your bases. So you're going to find the lateral surface area by just finding the 3 squares, sorry. And then you're going to find the total by adding the triangles to it. Okay, so everybody try that one. Check and see if you have the same answers. Somebody step up and explain it to the people who don't understand what's going on here. Okay. Pause it. Okay, now number 2, this is a triangular pyramid. So that means there's only one base. So all of these would fold up and make a point up here. So your base is just this triangle right here. So you're doing the same thing, except when you find the total, you only have one base instead of 2. Okay, number 3, just like the one we did on the front. Number 4, you have a pyramid, so it only has the one base, just the square base. Number 5 is a square pyramid, so you just have that one base. And then number 6 is a prism. Okay, so the sub will have the answers to these problems. So y'all work on one at a time, check with each other, check with the sub, and see if you understand that part. Okay, now if you have time, then you're going to do the front side of this only. Do not do the back. The back we'll talk about when I'm back here on Wednesday. Okay, so if you have time, then the side that has name and surface area, you're going to try those 5. Okay, but then put this in your folder. Do not take it home for homework. Put this in your folder whenever you finish. Okay, hope y'all have a great day.